Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video, I'm going to be dyeing my hair, and I'm really excited. I'm ready for a total hair transformation. I'm ready to feel fresh and new again, and I'm also really excited because today we're going to be trying Overtone. You guys have wanted me to try this for a really long time, and I finally decided now is my time to try it. I'm not going to be trying any of their vivid shades. I am going to be trying like their natural colors. So I'm going to be using chocolate brown and golden brown. There's not very many videos on either of these, and it was really hard for me to like decide what color I wanted. I have a whole vision in my head of what I want. At first, I was gonna dye my whole head brown, and then I was like, bitch, that's probably not a good idea. You're gonna regret that, so let's not go too extreme and dye your whole entire head brown, because you know I try removing that in the next week. So I came up with a really good game plan, okay, and I'm very excited, and I hope you guys are also excited. Let me take down my hair and show you guys what my hair currently looks like, and I'll let you in on our game plan. So basically, you guys know I'm not bleaching my roots right now, and they are getting longer and longer. So here are my roots. They are getting so grown out, and they're not even close to being ready to be bleached yet. Like, they're probably gonna be grown out to like here by the time I'm able to bleach them. So basically, I just want to give my hair like a refresh. My hair is so ugly right now. I don't feel cute at all. It's like 100 different colors. So I'm just gonna try and work with what I have. My plan is to bleach my roots in these front two sections right here. So I'm just gonna bleach at my root area. I'm not gonna bleach my ends at all. So I'm just gonna bleach my regrowth right here. And I think I'm gonna continue to just bleach these sections and then let everything else grow out and continuously like just get healthier. So we're going to be touching up my roots today just on these front two sections. Then I'm gonna take all of this top area right here, and we're gonna dye all of this brown. And then underneath here, we're going to leave out, and I'm gonna dye that in a future video. So today's goal is to bleach my roots right here on these front two sections, and then just dye this top section right here brown using Overtone. I'm gonna put conditioner underneath here, so that way the brown doesn't bleed on the underneath section. Let me show you what these Overtone colors look like. So the golden brown is the lightest brown shade they offer. All of these are super, super warm and undertone. So as you can see in here, it is very, very golden and like a yellowy orange undertone. And then we have the Overtone chocolate brown, which is the medium brown that they offer. And then the darkest one is espresso brown. So here's what the inside of the chocolate brown looks like. I'm gonna show you these side by side. The chocolate brown has way more red tones, and the golden brown has more yellow undertones. I did swatch these for you, so let me show you what they look like swatched. Okay, here are my swatches. This first one right here is the chocolate brown. The one next to it is golden. The third swatch right here is when I started mixing them and trying to cancel out some of those tones. And then here is the finished color that we wound up with. All of these are still really warm, I'm sure you can tell, but the difference between the two original colors versus my end color that I've mixed, these are like straight red and orange, and this one is much more neutral, and it just canceled out some of those red and orange tones. So my natural color is very, very ashy. It's like a level 7 dishwater blonde color. It's very, very ashy, and these are very, very warm. And the whole reason I'm doing this is to try and like blend this out a little bit just so it's not so harsh and just like, you know, refresh everything. So I did mix up the two colors. I used mostly golden brown because it's lighter, and then I used like half the container of chocolate brown just to give it a little bit more depth. And then I wanted to cancel out some of those yellow and orange and red tones. So I went ahead and I added some strawberry leopard green to cancel out the red tones. And then I added some Good Dye Young People Eater, and this is purple, but it's blue. Like, it is indigo, it looks blue, it also will look purple once it fades. So the green's gonna cancel out some of the red, the purple's gonna cancel out some of the yellow, and the blue is gonna cancel out some of the orange. I did actually add quite a bit of those. So here's the swatches, here's my final color. It's still warm, I just don't wanna go too ashy. It will not look cute if it's too ashy. I'd rather it be a little bit more warm than too green. Okay, so let's section off my hair. I'm thinking like this. maybe just like these right here. These little sections right here, I'm gonna try and make them even. All right, so here is the section of the bangs that I'm gonna bleach. I don't wanna take any of this down here. I'm just gonna leave that out. I just wanna take this section right here. So this is what we're going to be putting in foils. And I'm gonna do this last after I get done applying the brown all over. I don't want these to sit longer than they have to. So we're just gonna wait as long as possible to do these. Now for the brown section, I have 2 rows of sew-in extensions, so I'm just gonna go right below the first row of sew-in extensions and just follow this line, so that way it has my hair and the extensions, so that way everything blends, and we'll have a good top layer to cascade over all of this underneath here. Okay, so all of this under here, we're gonna dye in a future video, but for now, we're just gonna leave it the color it is. So I want to protect this hair so that way the brown doesn't bleed on there. So I just have some conditioner right here that I'm just gonna apply on all of this hair underneath. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start applying this conditioner. Like I said, I was planning on dyeing all of my hair brown, and then I realized that wasn't a good idea. And then I saw a picture on Instagram. I'll insert the picture on screen right here for you. And it basically has this rainbow underneath and like brown on top. And I was like, I'm just gonna do that instead because I have a pretty good canvas under here to apply rainbow on. And I don't want to keep applying brown and warm tones on my hair. I want to start trying to steer away from all of these warmer colors. So I figured that's what we should do. So in my next video, I'm going to be trying Xmondo's new colors that he just launched. And we're going to be doing rainbow underneath my hair. And then also we're going to be doing rainbow on these front 2 sections. But for today, I feel like that was so much to put in one video. Like trying Overtone, bleaching these front 2 sections, and doing rainbow on all those sections. Like that would be probably like a 5-hour process because I'm using products that are new. Like I haven't tried his new colors that he just launched, and I've never tried Overtone. I wanted to make sure to do 2 separate videos so that way if you are looking for an Overtone video, you'll find this. If you're looking for Brad Mondo's new color, you'll find that, you know? It's kind of hard to know what to title a video when you have like multiple new products you're using in there. So I want to talk about my first impressions of Overtone. The smell is insane. I don't necessarily know that it's a positive thing. It smells so strong, like spearmint. Like you think spearmint gum smells strong? This stuff, it has so much fragrance in it. It literally will clear up your sinuses in a heartbeat. So if you're not a fan of like mint and spearmint scents, definitely don't get this because it is very, very strong in fragrance. Literally, I opened the lid and it about knocked me out. I like the smell of spearmint and I like the way Overtone smells, but I do think it's way too strong. Like they really overdid the fragrance on that one. And then as I was mixing it together, Overtone is really thick. Everyone said that Brad Mondo's color line Xmondo reminded them of Overtone, and I definitely see the similarities. They're both super, super thick, and they both come in those jars. With the golden brown, which is a lighter shade, it wasn't as chunky as the chocolate brown when I was mixing the 2 colors together. The chocolate brown was a little bit harder to mix, and it was a little bit more clumpy than the golden brown. Okay, I think I got the conditioner pretty good and coated underneath my hair. So now I'm just going to slick all of this back, twirl it up, and put it in a bun underneath here just to protect this hair and hopefully not get a lot of dye on it. And if I do get a little bit of the brown dye on it, it won't be too extreme and the conditioner will help protect it. Now it is time to do the brown. I'm nervous. Very, very nervous about the brown. I have not had brown hair in a very long time. Probably last time I had brown hair was when I worked at the salon. I'm gonna take my brush and I'm just gonna outline this section, and I definitely should have a mirror right now behind me so I can see what I'm doing. This is very satisfying. As I'm applying the brown, my roots are just like blending in and disappearing, and it's making me happy. And I don't have to worry about getting some of this brown on my roots down here because I have so much regrowth. So now that I have that brown on there, I'm just kind of rubbing it in at the root area. Watch this. Look how satisfying this is. Oh, yeah, baby. Now I'm going to go ahead and start splitting my hair in half and working in sections. I'm sure this feels good on the scalp because it's like spearmint, so it's nice and cool and tingly. I just got the first little sensation on my scalp, and it does feel nice. This is so satisfying to watch my roots disappear. Like, come on, yes. Wow, kind of looks like I'm smearing poop on my head. That's okay. All right, now I'm just gonna start going down the line, kind of start sectioning everything off. Like I say in every video, because this dye is thicker, you're gonna have to take a little bit more time and work it into the hair. And like always, I just like to apply the color at the root area first, and then I'll go back through and apply it on the ends with my hands. Just makes the process a little bit easier. I also hope that I have enough color. Because Overtone is thicker, it is gonna be a little bit harder to saturate the hair. Also, the product isn't gonna go as far as a hair dye that's a little bit thinner. Manic Panic, Lunar Tides, those colors tend to spread a lot easier, and they're easier to work into the hair. You don't have to try as hard. With these ones, you have to be really careful and make sure that you're not missing any spots and really take the time to work the color into the hair. If you don't, you're probably gonna miss some spots and it's gonna be patchy. So as you guys can see, I'm just taking one section at a time, applying it on my root area and kind of smushing it down. I'm very nervous, but also excited to see what this is gonna look like. Nervous and excited. He looked like poop. Look how much my roots have grown out. That's crazy. I hope that this doesn't bleed super bad in the shower. I'm just gonna put my hand under these extensions and kind of use my hand as a board. This color is very, very drying. I feel like I should have added water to it or something because it's really hard to work into the hair. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is very, very sticky almost. There's one hair dye that I can compare to this that it reminds me, as I'm trying to work in the product, it's very reminiscent. This kind of reminds me of Good DYEING in a way. Obviously the texture of the two dyes is a little bit different, but when I'm trying to saturate my hair, it's a very similar feeling of almost stickiness or tar. It doesn't want to gel into the hair really nicely. Almost feels like you're having to work really, really hard to saturate the hair. And like I said, the best way I can describe it is it's tar or sticky in some way. It's not sticky, don't get me wrong, but when you're trying to rub it into the hair, that's kind of what it feels like. It feels like there's some type of resistance, and it's very difficult to work into the hair. I'm not sure if all of their colors are this consistency or if it's just their natural color line, you know what I mean? I don't know if all of them are this thick and this hard to work into the hair. If you've used any other colors from Overtone, let me know. I really hope I am saturating this enough. Kind of scared because it's very difficult to saturate, so probably gonna add some water to the remaining color because it's proving very difficult to work into the hair, and I'm needing a lot of product to fully saturate. So probably gonna add some water just to make the process a little bit easier. Or if you were to do this on damp hair, it might help a little bit. I'm just gonna keep adding water until I get the consistency that is similar to Manic Panic and Lunar Tides. I just want it to be a little bit thinner so that way it will blend into my hair really nicely and I won't have a problem trying to work it in. I've added quite a bit of water and the consistency is still really thick, so I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, I've added a lot of water and here's what the consistency is like. It's still thick. I could probably add the same amount all over again, but I'm gonna try this and see how it works and see if it will work a little bit better into the hair. That's what I'm hoping for. Yep, definitely helps with the consistency, and it definitely helps to work the color into the hair easier. This looks disgusting. I'm a little worried about the color. It looks like a poopy poop. Okay, hopefully. It does not look like a poopy poop when we rinse. It just looks like that because obviously when you work color into your hair, you get this frothy mixture, and the frothiness is just the undertones coming up, and that's this yellowy color. So if I wipe all of this off, you'll see that it's actually brown under there, but it just looks nasty right now. I would definitely recommend adding water into your Overtone mixtures if you're having the same issues that I had, just adding that much water made the color glide so much easier. So I would definitely recommend. It's also making the process a lot easier to saturate the hair. Honestly, when I'm looking at this color on my hair and I'm like wiping it away, it is looking kind of similar to my natural color. It's still warmer, but I mean the level of brown is looking pretty similar to what my natural color looks like. So hopefully we get a good blend from my natural into the blonde that was on my ends. I asked you guys on Instagram if you wanted me to try Adore or Overtone, because both of those brands are brands that you guys have suggested so many times. And they both have a natural like color line. And since I wanted to do brown, I couldn't decide which color line I wanted to use. So I just decided to ask you guys on Instagram. And you guys overwhelmingly said you wanted me to try Overtone instead of Adore. So that's why I decided to go with Overtone. It's funny because Overtone and Adore are complete opposite formulations. Adore is very, very liquidy and runny, and Overtone is a thick bitch. She real thick. Sometimes when you use semi-permanent color on your natural hair that has never been bleached, it doesn't stick as well because your hair doesn't have any damage, so the color doesn't grab on as well as it does on like previously lightened hair like my ends. So I'm hoping that this sticks to my regrowth pretty well and that it's an even transition from like my root to my end and it's not like blotchy or like not as dark here and super dark on my ends. Adding that water really helps with like the color distribution and how far the color will go when you're applying. It's gonna be so weird seeing me with brown hair. I'm really glad I didn't decide to do my whole head brown. Can you imagine? Yeah, it looks like a really nice transition from my roots to my ends. So hopefully when we rinse it, it is a nice transition. When I asked you guys if I should use Adore or Overtone, one of you guys DM'd me on Instagram and said that the Overtone Espresso Brown, which is the darkest brown shade they offer, stains the hair really, really bad and it's hard to get out. And I was just like, oh God, I hope that's not the case for the two other brown colors. Also, in case you guys are wondering, I do have a makeup tutorial on this look. I'll leave an iCard up there for you in case you're wondering what I used. Hopefully this makes my hair feel really good because it's a conditioner, you know? A color depositing conditioning mask. When I pull my hair apart, I don't see any blonde pieces left. So I'm hoping that's a good sign and it's saturating really well. Now that I have all of this hair done underneath, I can definitely see where the brown has gotten all over this underneath section. But I'm gonna stay optimistic and I think it's gonna be okay because I'll just put the rainbow right over the top of it and hopefully everything's okay. Here's how much color I have left over. So I am gonna use the rest of this. I don't want to waste it. So I'm just gonna reapply it on my ends and just really make sure it's worked into the hair, worked into the root area, and I'm not missing anything because I really want this to be nice and even. We don't want no patchiness. I literally got this brown all over the place, like all over my arms, all over my neck. It seems to come off easily though. It's not staining my face super bad, so that's a good sign. We like that. For my bleach today, I'm gonna use my Schwarzkopf Blonde Me and I'm gonna be using 20 volume developer. You guys know that's my favorite bleach. And then I'm also gonna be adding in these Ion Absolute Perfection Boosters. It's kind of like a dupe for Olaplex. I got it at Sally Beauty. Comes in this little vial. It's like a little oil. This bleach already has a bond enforcing agent in it, so it already has like Olaplex worked into the bleach. But I just like to add a little bit of extra protection. You know, my hair does need it. I'll leave a link to all the items I used today in the description down below in case you want to purchase. All right, I have my bleach mixed up here. Now I'm going to foil my hair because we're just doing the roots, we're not doing the ends. I am going to put these in foils. It'll help lift my hair faster. Ideally, I would like to start underneath here, but I don't really have anywhere to clip this out of the way, so I'm probably going to have to start on top here and then clip the foils back. And I'm gonna take pretty thin sections just to make sure that this lifts really nicely. Okay, so here's the first foil. I am gonna feather it down just a little bit. And then all these ends that are hanging out, I just kick them out to the side. Fold this bad bitch up. We're gonna fold her again. And now we can put this back. Like I said, normally I would like to start underneath Like now I could start underneath and pin all this back, but before I couldn't pin all this back and start from the bottom just because all this brown was here, and if I put this back it would have gotten on there. Make sure I get all these little baby hairs. And I do have to turn to the side because I can't really see what I'm doing very well. I'm just gonna do the same thing. So I just sped this process up, but I wanted to leave it in because I thought it was like very aesthetically pleasing to watch, like my roots get covered up by the bleach. And also, if you did want to do this at home, I thought it was kind of important to leave in here. So as you can see, I'm just touching up the spot at my roots, and I am feathering it down just a little bit into the previous blonde section. I had some areas that were a little bit like greenish and yellow, so I just wanted to hit those with some of this bleach just to remove some of that color and make these sections a little bit more even. I did have to leave this on longer than normal because I added that bond enforcing in it, and I'm pretty sure adding that bond enforcement drops the developer level, so I feel like it was actually like 10 volume instead of 20, so I did have to leave it process a little bit longer, but that's okay. I'd rather worry about the integrity of my hair. Okay, now that we have the brown on and my hair in foils, I'm going to let this sit and process. Honestly, I'm not sure how long I'm going to let it sit and process for. I'm going to keep an eye on these foils, and I'm going to keep checking this top one, and once I see it's lifted to a platinum blonde, I will go ahead and rinse it. I'm going to assume it's going to take anywhere between like 30 to 45 minutes to reach that like nice platinum shade. So I will see you guys once everything is rinsed out. This is literally a gamble. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. Never used Overtone before. Mixed my own concoction. Bleaching a big chunk like a skunk. This is going to be interesting, and I hope it turns out amazing. So I guess I'll see you guys later. We'll find out if this is everything I hope it is. Okay, see you later. Okay guys, I am back, and I cannot believe how good this looks. I am like dumbfounded. I was sitting there blow drying my hair, and I was just like, I can't dye over this. I literally cannot bring myself to put rainbow over this blonde right now. And the brown is absolutely stunning. Like, I love this color brown. I had hair similar to this when I was in high school. I'll put a picture on screen for you guys. I had like brown hair with a blonde streak in it, and seeing myself with this hair like really brought me back to 10 years ago. And I just have like a warm fuzzy feeling inside seeing myself like this. And I'm gonna keep it for a little bit until I get tired of it, and then I'll just dye over the blonde with rainbow. I had every intention of dyeing my hair today rainbow. I actually already mixed up all my colors and everything, but I'm not gonna do that today. I didn't expect to love this as much as I do. It's so plain and basic. Like, there's no vibrancy in this. It's a very basic and plain hair color, but for some reason nostalgia just has me in my feels, and I am obsessed with this hair. Like, literally, I could cry. I love it so much. Oh, it makes me feel so good. I mean, this is incredible. It did such a good job at blending my roots into my end color. It's literally seamless. My roots aren't lighter than my ends. It literally all blends together really, really well. Okay, so I was just in the middle of editing that video, and I realized when I was showing you guys the results, it looks very patchy and it looks like there's super dark streaks. And when I was blow drying my hair, it felt like I left a little bit of product in there. And so those darker areas are where I just didn't rinse out the color good enough. So those darker areas just needed to be rinsed. So after I got done filming, I went ahead and toned these front two pieces, hopped back in the shower, and I just rinsed everything out again. I did not shampoo my hair or anything. I just rinsed out the areas where I felt like there was still color. So I just wanted to show you, this is a couple days later. I'm still loving my hair so much, but I wanted to show you what it looks like in my bathroom lighting now that I've rinsed out those areas, because I feel like the video just does not capture how beautiful this brown truly is. So here's what it looks like in my bathroom lighting. You can see it is all very even, and it's such a beautiful like brown color. So here's the other side. But yeah, it is all even. There's not like really, really dark streaks or anything like that. It came out really good, and I'm really happy with the results. This brown color is literally like my dream shade of brown. It's not too warm, it's not too cool. It's just like a nice, rich brown color, I'm really glad I counteracted some of those warmer tones. It definitely still has that warmth underneath, but it is so beautiful. I highly recommend trying the Overtone in those two shades, mixing them together and then counteracting some of the tones, just like I did. It creates such a beautiful brown color. Literally, my hair looks brand new. Like, I did not bleach any of my hair except for this little piece right here, and it looks like my hair is fresh and done. Like, I don't have any roots anywhere, even though I do have roots. They're just covered right now. I am obsessed with this. I love it, and I'm gonna have to keep it for a little bit until I get sick of it. I can always add color, but once I put color on, I can't take it away. So I'm just gonna chill with this hair and just live in this warm fuzzy spot. I do think I'm just gonna tone this little area right here using my DYEING toner, but I actually kind of like this buttery blonde with this brown. I think it looks nice. There's just some spots where I had some previous color and it's like kind of yellow. So I do think I'm going to just tone these front two pieces right here with some DYEING toner, and then I'm just gonna let it sit and chill because I really like this. I'm just really happy with the way my hair looks, and I'm really excited for my husband to see this because he has not seen me with this kind of hair since high school. The only con with Overtone is the texture. It is really thick, so if you do get Overtone, I would just add some water to it. It makes it way easier to work with. Also, the shipping took over 2 weeks to get here, which is crazy in the United States. Normally things come within like a week, but it took 2 weeks. So if you're gonna order Overtone, definitely make sure you do it ahead of time because it took a long time to get here. I do think I'm gonna go ahead and order some more just to have on hand because I do love this brown color so much. That is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that will be in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. I will also leave a link to the products I used in the description down below in case you want to check them out. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and until next time, guys, stay weird. Goodbye.